The first professional photographer of the daguerreotype in Edinburgh appears to be a man called James Howie. There is an engraving which shows Howie photographing a really quite alarmed-looking couple who are clamped into their seats. A quite extraordinary outdoor studio on the roof, 4 floors up, overlooking Princes Street. One of the slightly later studios that we have, run by a couple called James Ross and John Thompson, we have a really rather lovely naval officer called Commander Hay, killed in the Maori Wars in the late 1840s, and this is a memento kept by the family until it reached the museum. It is a magic mirror on the past. There is a delightful picture of a small girl by Ross and Thompson again. Ross and Thompson were renowned for their photography of children. And this little girl, she's propped up with a stripy cushion behind her because she's too small to sit on her chair. And she's holding up a picture of probably her father. And he is probably dead. And she's just solemnly holding this up. And, Daddy's gone. There was a man called Thomas Davidson who had embarked on life in Northumberland. He was a scientific instrument maker, really. And he became very interested in photography. There is a description of him taking photographs out of the window of his tenement building, which overlooked Carlton Hill. And these 2 images are of Carlton Hill and the Royal Observatory on the top there. Rather similar to the very famous early daguerreotype taken by Daguerre of a Parisian street, where the only figure you see is the man having his shoe polished. And because he stood still for 4 or 5 minutes, he registers, but nothing else does. This is one of the extraordinary things about street scenes in photography until really quite late on, that nothing registers because it's moving. His real contribution, I think, was the development of a really good portrait lens. And there is a description of Davidson pointing his camera out of his workshop window towards Carlton Hill. And unfortunately, I think in his excitement first time around, he dropped the camera down 6 stories and the precious lens was smashed into 1 million fragments. But not deterred, he started off again and made another one.